Hello and welcome back to Hollow Acres. In today's video we are going to be talking all about blueberries. Now blueberries can be grown in just about any climate. The one thing that you want to look out for is the variety. Before you purchase any blueberry plants, do your research on the varieties, even if it's just a quick Google search while you're at the store or nursery or wherever it is that you are buying plants. My husband picked 4 blueberry plants up yesterday at Simpson's Hardware, and this size plant, believe it or not, was only $6. Great deal. Now your blueberry plants are going to do best in an acidic soil. The best way to accomplish this is by using a soil acidifier and/or sulfur. Because my oldest son has a sulfur allergy, he is pretty allergic to sulfur. That is not something that we use. Instead, I do use this soil acidifier. It is a totally organic fertilizer, so I don't have to worry about any chemicals leaching into my blueberries. The bees! There's so many, they're just bouncing from blueberry bush to blueberry bush. Along with the soil acidifier, I also use bone meal as a good nitrogen source to really get these awake and growing from their dormant period. Now before I plant these blueberry plants, I need to amend the soil. I already have the hole dug. I have soil acidifier and bone meal. At the bottom of the hole, I'm going to be adding soil acidifier. I will then be adding some soil back into the hole, mixing it around, then adding bone meal. Then I will be putting in the blueberry bush, and then we'll do that again.
Look.
Now I need the soil acidifier. All of my blueberry plants are high bushes. I'll get to that in a minute. The variety of this bush is Ochoclony. I don't think that's right. In this bed, I'm also looking for orange trees to put here because I don't have orange trees and I need orange trees in my life. Here's blueberry plant number 2. This is powder blue. This is my blueberry bush. I don't remember what the variety is. We've had this for about 4 years. I pruned it really heavy over fall, and now it is coming back up. We can see the redness on the leaves. I did add the bone meal to help give it more nutrients because as pretty as it is, that's not a healthy leaf. We do not want our blueberry plants with red and purple leaves. That tells us there is a nutrition deficiency. We're making our way down. Number 3, I still need to get some first and second cuts there and finish this fence off. Another Ochoclony. I don't think that's right. And on the end, the 5th blueberry bush. This is Tiff Blue. This is the smaller and spindlier of the bushes. I do need to come through and prune. I did not prune when planting. I just planted, fertilized, watered, and got on my way. My next steps for this area is to get a thick layer of cardboard down. I'm then going to top that off with a soil compost mixture, and then I will be putting a thick layer of wood chips on top of that. I will then be planting in trees when I get them. I don't have them yet. We'll get there. Along with flowers such as sunflowers and zinnias, and I have a bunch of celotias that are just growing wild over there that I don't want in certain beds, so I'm going to pull them out and come plant them over here. Depending on the variety of blueberry plant or bush that you have will depend upon the harvest time. Certain blueberry bushes will give you a harvest twice a year. That would be early summer, late spring, and late fall. There are also varieties that are ever-bearing, where they're just constantly putting on flowers, giving off fruit. They do give, I guess, a lot, but for the ever-bearing, you get a smaller quantity at once than you would get from the varieties that give you a harvest twice a year. I believe there are also varieties that give you a harvest only once a year, and that's at the end of summer. I'm not 100% on that. Down below in the description, you will find a link to my website where there will be a page dedicated to growing blueberries. Now, whenever it comes to fertilizing your blueberries, you're going to want to fertilize them at minimum twice a year, spring and fall. But it is highly recommended to fertilize your blueberry plants every 2 to 3 months. Fertilize once early spring before your plant starts to bud. Whenever it starts to wake up, you're going to want to give it fertilizer. During its bloom process, it's going to start developing those blueberries, and you're going to want to fertilize the plant again right before they're ripe. This gives the plant a bunch of nutrients so that it doesn't stress the plant out too much, and it ripens all of the fruit evenly and around the same time. You're also going to want to fertilize your blueberry plants at the end of summer and at the end of fall. By ensuring that your plant has all of the nutrients that it needs, it will continue to grow. For these high bush varieties, they will get really tall, about 6 feet tall, give or take. There are shorter varieties. Mine are high bush. Think about it this way. Your plant gets its nutrients from the roots. So you feed the soil feeds the plant, and the plant feeds you. Well, that is all that I have to say about blueberries. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you learned something. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button. It pushes my video out in the algorithm, and YouTube loves the likes. If you're not already, consider subscribing to Hollow Acres. I do my best to upload at least once a week. And again, down below in the description, you will find a link to my website, pretty much as a how-to guide to growing blueberries. I am so happy that you stopped by today, and I'll see you next time here on Hollow Acres.